Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a core building block in modern backend systems, the API gateway. If you're working with microservices, cloud applications, or even just trying to expose your APIs securely and efficiently, this is something you absolutely need to understand. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what an API gateway is, what problems it solves, and why it matters. Let's start with the basics. An API gateway is like the front door to your application. It sits between your clients, like browsers, mobile apps, or third-party services, and your backend services. Instead of the client making direct calls to multiple services, all requests go through the gateway first. Think of it as a reverse proxy that receives requests, routes them to the correct service, and returns the response to the client. Now you might be wondering, why not just call the services directly? Here's where things get interesting. As your system grows, especially with microservices, the number of moving parts increases. You might have separate services for users, products, payments, notifications, and so on. If clients have to call each service directly, they need to know the addresses of every service. They need to handle security, retry, and versioning. They have to deal with failures, slow responses, and inconsistencies. This creates tight coupling, complexity, and a maintenance nightmare. That's where the API gateway truly shines. Here are the key responsibilities of an API gateway. 1. Request routing. It knows which service should handle which request and routes it properly. 2. Authentication and authorization. It can validate API keys, tokens, or user sessions before the request even hits your internal services. 3. Rate limiting and throttling. Prevent abuse by limiting how often clients can hit your APIs. 4. Load balancing. Distribute traffic efficiently across multiple instances of your services. 5. Caching. Reduce load and improve response times by caching common responses at the edge. 6th transformation, convert requests or responses, like changing formats or aggregating data from multiple services. 7. Centralized logging and monitoring. Track all API traffic in one place for better observability. Let's say you're building an online store with multiple backend services. /products goes to your catalog service. /cart hits your shopping cart service. /checkout routes to the payment gateway. /user/profile comes from your user service. Instead of exposing all these services directly, the API gateway handles everything through a single endpoint, like api.yourstore.com. The client doesn't need to care about what's behind the scenes. It just sends requests and gets responses. When should you start looking into getting an API gateway? You don't always need one right away. If you're building a simple monolith or a small app, direct access might be fine. But once you move into microservices, multiple clients or front ends, authentication across services, traffic control or scaling needs, then an API gateway becomes essential. It simplifies your architecture, improves security, and centralizes your entry point. So to wrap up, an API gateway is more than just a traffic router. It's a centralized access point that helps you secure, scale, and manage how your applications are accessed. In a world of distributed systems and cloud-native apps, it plays a critical role in making things work smoothly and safely. Thanks again for joining me on this tech journey. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more tech architecture breakdowns, and let me know in the comments if you want a follow-up video on API gateway patterns or how to implement one. See you in the next one.